Ahoy, everyone, and happy Oscar season. We are in the Zoom room with, well, one of my favorite people, and certainly one of the most in the know people when it comes to film and everything Oscars. Welcome to the Zoom room, just in time for the Academy Awards. Kevin Thomas, Real Kev. How are you?
I'm so good. Look, I have an Oscar.
I know you do. Have you told anyone who you stole it from?
No, I was given that award. Other countries allow you to make fake Oscars. That came from Italy, Best Lover.
Oh, okay, okay. Hey, listen, I wanted to ask you for, of course, some news that has broken over the last 2 days from our native Bay Area. What do you think of this, the San Francisco 49ers going to the Super Bowl?
Oh my God, David, I am a stereotypical gay when it comes to football. I don't care. I'm sorry. My roommate was screaming so loud yesterday, she interrupted me listening to the Barbara Streisand audiobook. That's how gay I am. So
Well, I
pray
thought
for,
I thought you might know about this Super Bowl since Taylor Swift's boyfriend is going to be playing against San Francisco. So the question is, as a gay man, who are you rooting for? Your hometown football team or Taylor Swift's boyfriend?
well, I'm not rooting for either one, really. I'm not a fan of Taylor Swift. I don't dislike her. Like, I don't dislike the 49ers. I'm happy that our team is going someplace. But no, I fall into the stereotypes when it comes that way. I was in my room listening to the Barbara Streisand book, 994 pages, a 48-hour audiobook. It'll take the rest of my life to finish that book.
Is it worth it?
It's actually I think it's more fun to listen to than read. I do have the hardcover just to have, but everything she talks about, she ties it in with the food she was eating. Like I'm at where she's making Yentl right now, and every day she would bring scones to the set with freshly mashed strawberries, not strawberry preserve she'd buy. And then when she was younger, living with Elliot Gould, she liked, I forgot what story she's telling about her career, but she liked Swanson's fried chicken dinner with a Sara Lee pound cake put in the oven where the chocolate would melt down the sides and caramelize.
Well, the things you learn about Barbara Streisand.
That's so true.
Well, there's our segue. Oscar winner Barbara Streisand, now not nominated this year. God bless her.
Well, she didn't do anything.
Who are your Oscar picks for 2024? Let's start with Best Picture.
Okay, so if I was voting pick or who's going to win?
Both. Your voting pick, and who's going to win?
Who's going to win is Oppenheimer, nominated for a near record 13 Oscars. But I would vote for Maestro. I just thought that was, and I think, and polls, that's the least popular movie of the 10. But that movie was like watching a symphony of film. It was just, it so flowed beautifully, and it it embraced me.
So why do you think that more, well, quote unquote, not more people, but there's been a controversy about Bradley Cooper playing Bernstein and whatnot. What do you think that's all about?
Well, I mean, maybe they think he's too handsome, but in the movie he looked realistic. I don't know if Bradley Cooper's Jewish, because I don't follow it, but I mean, maybe they needed a Jew to play it that's really Jewish. But I mean, at some point, you have to let the actor do their best with a role, because do Jews only have to play Jews? Do gays only have to play gays? If we say Australians can only play Australians, what are we going to do with like Kate Blanchett and Kate Winslet? We can never let them play Americans again.
Right, right. Well, the my favorite controversy of Oscar season is the whole, Machugana about the fact that the director of Barbie didn't get nominated, nor did it get nominated for Best Picture. Where do you sit in the role of Oscar controversies? Is this up there with the Chris Rock slap, or one of the misreading of the Oscar winners, or is it more like gasp and swoon? Glenn Close getting robbed for the wife.
Okay, so many questions you threw at me. First of all, it's not a snub. It's up for 8 Oscars, including Best Picture. You said Best Picture. It's nominated for Best Picture. It's not nominated for director and actress. I personally would have nominated them. By the way, if you go to my YouTube channel from yesterday, you will hear me say that again. But sometimes maybe they're just in sixth place. I am sad they're not nominated, but the five that are nominated, which I've seen, are all good. So if people are going to say they should have been nominated, also have them tell us they've seen all the nominees. How can you slap a movie in the face or say it's a snub if you haven't seen The Zone of Interest or Anatomy of a Fall? Those are two well-crafted films. And it's not like I think anybody stole Margot's position or Greta's over them. I just think maybe they were in sixth place because in both categories, I like all five nominees for Best Director and Best Actress. And little side note, they can't even claim it's lack of women because one of the directors is a woman. It's just not Greta Gerwig. But I love Barbie. I wanted her nominated. I was disappointed she wasn't, but life will have to go on.
Do
I'm
you
still
think there's
missing
been
Barbara Streisand's nomination for Yentl. I'm still crying over that.
So, having said all of that, who do you think should get Best Director and who will?
Who do I think should, God, you know what? I didn't, Oppenheimer will get Best Director, but of the nominees, because a lot of the Best Pictures I liked more than, like, they weren't up for Best Director. I mean, my mind is actually going for the Anatomy of a Fall one. I actually didn't think of that category too much. Well, the Poor Things director was really good too. So, but to be honest, David, don't tell anybody. I haven't seen Oppenheimer. I've seen almost all the other nominees. When that had the preview at the movie theater, I was bored at the preview. So I'm now waiting till
It's the atom bomb. How can you be bored with the atom bomb? I mean, come on.
the preview, I think, oh my God, maybe because it came out the same day as Barbie, I was more excited. Maybe that just shows how shallow I am. But
No.
I will be watching Oppenheimer on February 16th when it debuts for a free screening on Peacock. I'm not even spending $5.99 to rent it.
Well,
So
it's certainly not. Yeah, you mean we didn't go see it in IMAX because to me it wasn't about the bomb. It was about the acting. I can tell you this. This may be the first time that I've seen a movie that you haven't seen. I was stunned by Oppenheimer because of the acting. I think Robert Downey Jr. will absolutely get Best Supporting Actor, and I'm not a huge Robert Downey Jr. fan. I'm just not. But he was amazing. And also, I think the Best Supporting Actress is going to go to Emily Blunt. And the last time I saw a role like this, that as soon as I saw it, I said, this is Oscar material, was when I was a young gay boy with my parents, seeing a movie that I see every now and then because it's still one of my favorites on earth, the original Murder on the Orient Express, when Ingrid Bergman won Best Supporting Actress. And I'm as certain that Emily Blunt is going to get this as I was that Ingrid Bergman did.
did you watch The Holdovers?
I have not.
Because the supporting actress from that, Divine Joy Randolph, or Rudolph, she's been winning all the other awards and she was great. But I love Emily Blunt and I haven't seen Oppenheimer. So on February 17th, I'm going to send you a text.
And we'll see which was right. I'll buy you a drink if I'm wrong. I'll probably buy you a drink anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll be drinking.
So tell me then, besides the big ones, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actor. Well, we didn't hit one other. Best Actor. Is it going to be Oppenheimer? Because he's sweeping everything else?
He has been sweeping, but there's been a groundswell lately for Paul Giamatti for the holdovers. So, but my choice, if I had a vote, if I had to give this Oscar, well, not for the best lover, Coleman Domingo. Did you see Rustin?
Oh my God. I wept. I wept. You know, Bayard Rustin, first of all, has always been a personal hero of mine. And when I founded the Rainbow Honor Walk, I was so proud that we selected as one of the original honorees Bayard Rustin, an out gay Black man who put together, well, one of the seminal events in U.S. history, certainly in the American Civil Rights Movement, the March on Washington, 63.
Right. And for those people that don't know, that is the march where Martin Luther King made his big speech. But it's not about Martin Luther King, it's about
No.
Rustin. And Coleman Domingo has always been one of my favorite actors and writer directors. He's the first person I ever interviewed on camera, so I have a place in my heart for him. But he didn't even look like him, and he is so diverse. He's also in The Color Purple as
Yeah.
Mister. So he's so talented. So if
So
I could vote,
you think this might be a surprise?
no, that's my vote. I think he's in fifth place. I'm happy he's just nominated. Just like Jeffrey Wright, who's had a great career. I'd be happy if either one of them won, but American Fiction is probably my second favorite movie of the year. And I love Jeffrey Wright in that so much. That's why if there's another great actor that didn't make the list, like Leonardo DiCaprio, doesn't
Yes.
mean there's anything wrong with him. Those other five are great too. Sometimes
So
you got to settle for sixth place.
yeah. So what do you think is going to be the great surprise of this year's Oscars, besides having a host that won't like embarrass us in the face of the world?
Well, here's what I'd like as a surprise. It may not happen, but I was on my YouTube channel this week. I did some of my delightful surprises. America Ferrara and that speech she makes in
Yes.
Barbie. She was not on the radar to even get nominated. She was just under, but I think that one speech. So if she won, I would just be so excited for that speech. And Coleman Domingo would be my two happiest moments. I don't think either one has a chance. The one that could be a surprise upset, and she's in fifth place according to professional pollers, is Annette Bening for Best Actress for Naiad. I
Yeah.
think she was great. Maybe she took Margot Robbie's position according to people, but she's also great in another way. This is her fifth nomination. This is her Glenn Close year
Yeah.
because and it could fall what's under the split vote syndrome with Oscar voters. A lot of people are thinking Lily Gladstone for the Martin Scorsese film or Emma Stone for Poor Things. They could be splitting the vote, leaving a clear path to third place to get more votes, which is what I also think happened in 1950. We had the Betty Davis for All About Eve camp and the Gloria Swanson for Sunset Boulevard. So the winner was Judy Holliday for Born Yesterday.
Right, right. So in our last few minutes, talk to me about where do you see movies going in 2024? I mean, two questions, two-part questions. I remember going to see Barbie on opening day and Oppenheimer on opening day. I didn't see people dressed like Oppenheimer, but boy, I saw a lot of people, men and women, dressed like Barbie. It was a phenomenon. Are we back to our pre-COVID movie-going experience?
No, we're in the new world of movie going. I think there's still a good percentage of people that will wait for it to come to home. And now it takes 3 weeks sometimes. The Color Purple, it's made $60 million, but you can also now watch it at home. I do think people like to go, like I will always want to go to the movies instead of home. But I still think there are people that like to go to the big budget sound effect, visual effects movies. Those are so much better in the theater. And if you look at box office history, they're the ones that make most of the money. The ones that are grandiose to look at, like a Barbie, or so much special effects, like a Mission Impossible. Those are the ones that do well at the box office because it's better than watching it on your phone.
Right. So my little confession of the year, and it's early in the year. I wanted, because I'm a history geek, as you know, I pushed Alfredo to go see Napoleon, which of course is in next year's nominations,
No, it's
not
up for
this.
3 Oscars this year.
Oh, I correct myself. Well, I wouldn't give it any of them. I watched it at home and I thought it was such a piece of dreck I couldn't barely breathe.
I enjoyed it, but I didn't. I enjoyed the fiction of it.
Yeah, I guess I was just, I'm one of those people when I watch a movie which has history, I'm on my phone going, did that really happen? I'm like, well, not so much. And I have nothing against sex. Absolutely. I mean, world's best lover. You won the Oscar, so
Yes, I did.
Yeah. But it kind of bothered me when I was like, really? It's really about Napoleon and Josephine screwing all the time. It bugged me. I really annoyed me.
Well, historically, I can understand that. In fact, The other day, I was watching with my roommate Harlow, which didn't even get good reviews. But the version, by the way, two Harlows came out the same year with different actresses. Um, the movies that Harlow was in weren't even real titles. They made it fake titles, a fake studio. So where is the history in that? The thing is, these historical movies maybe get people like you and me to go read about it later and learn the real history. But I don't want to be too political. If you really think about it, anything written by a person doesn't mean it's true. I mean, there are so many Bibles out there. They were just put pen to paper by somebody.
Yeah.
You and I could get offline right now and go print a Bible, changing all the rules of the world.
Yeah, well, that's why when my book, Upon This Rock, gets made into a movie, all the history will be, there's my last shameless plug. It will be all accurate. Listen, in our next few moments, I want to invite you on screen in front of our millions of viewers. You know, this Sunday is a big day, a little melancholy day. It's the last showing of a film at the Castro Theater before the renovation. We're all looking very forward to the renovation. It's Victor Victoria, and Leslie Ann Warren will be there. I'm hoping that you will be there too on Sunday with me to
Oh
see.
my God. I first of all, I love Leslie Ann Warren. I'm so old that she was my Cinderella in my
Me too.
own little corner in my own. Oh, and Victor Victoria. I this guy that I sort of flirt with in London, we call each other Pookie.
Okay. We do, yeah, yeah.
So
Well,
well,
I
I'm
hope.
gonna have to make sure I'm gonna be around David because I love Victor Victoria. And I love
Well,
you, and I love Leslie. It's a love fest.
and you love the Castro Theater, and you know what better way to close the Castro Theater for a year while it gets renovated back to its 1922 film glory than to have Real Kev in the audience. Any closing thoughts about this year's Oscars before we sign off?
Well, the nomination just came out. There's campaigning going on. The winners and losers could all change by March 10th, which you could watch them on TV. And if you want to learn more about Oscars and any other things, go to youtube.com/realkev, REELKEV, and keep up with me and the films. Thank you, David.
Well,
Oh,
and we
and
will post,
best
yeah, we will
lover
post that
survived.
link. Congratulations on your lifetime achievement, Best Lover Oscar. And after the awards, we will have another interview and see how good you did. Thank you
Okay,
so
thank
much.
you. Okay,
Ahoy.
bye. Ahoy.